Okay. Yeah. Hi everybody, this is Elaine Davis here, your Attraction for Men dating coach. And my website is www.getthegirlofyourdreams.com, and I am so excited. I am here with one of my dear friends, Andrea Adams Miller, and I'll let her tell you more about herself.
Oh, thank you. I am Andrea Adams Miller. I am the Sexuality Tutor, www.sexualitytutor.com, and I'm the leading authority in healthy relationships and healthy sexuality. And what I do is I reveal the secrets to ignite the spark, fire, and passion in your life.
Yes, and she's awesome, and she has an amazing radio show she's going to tell you about, and she's hilarious. And I'm excited. I'd love to tell people who aren't familiar with your work. First of all, how did you get into this?
I've been in practice doing the healthy relationships bit for 13 years now, and actually it's kind of funny how it segued into this. My whole life I just had a natural affinity where people would just tell me their secrets, especially about their relationships, especially about their love lives and what they've been doing behind closed doors or out in the public. So
sounds kinky.
And actually it's very funny because in the past I did happen to work in law enforcement. I worked in corrections and at a police department, and I worked mostly with men. And what I did, what I learned from that is I really had a knack to be open, and I could hear anything, joke with it, get along with people. I didn't take things as if it was sexual harassment. I was interested in people's lives and what they were doing, and so I really found that fascinating. And I found that I was able to come up with really plausible solutions to help them overcome any challenges or problems that they had, whether it was sexual dysfunction, infidelity, girlfriend's pregnant, they don't know how to get somebody that they want to date them. And I just naturally was able to come up with ideas and hints and suggestions that they loved. So I actually left law enforcement to go back to school to study and further my education on how I can help people formally so that they can have the kind of loves that they want to achieve.
Oh, I'm like, sign me up. I can't wait. Wow, that's cool. And so
I love it.
Tell us more about, so you work with, do you work with couples and individuals?
Yeah, individuals and couples. I even do seminars. I'm a keynote speaker as well, and I have the radio show, Sex Talk Live. So, and I work with people of all orientations, all walks of life, whatever they're into, whether your love life is very vanilla or whether you're somebody who's a little bit more in the kink lifestyle. Whatever it is that's your life is what I want to either help you to achieve a better, more satisfying relationship. If you're trying to segue away from something that you don't feel is healthy for you anymore, I can help you think of solutions to do that.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, and sometimes people want to just spark things up, and so they don't know how to bring up a certain subject with their partner, and so I do that as well. We figure out ways that you can incorporate that conversation to your partner in a way that's safe and loving, and so not that way you don't get like slapped and they're like, get away from me, you pig, you know.
Oh, that's positive. Great. Or like, I know, this is several boyfriends ago, but I was, this one guy, we've been together for a long time, and there were certain habits, and and I would try to like guide him, and he was so, and I'm sure I wasn't communicating effectively, but he couldn't seem to listen or take the direction, and so I would just give up. And I mean, we broke up for lots of other reasons, but that was like part of the snowball effect. And I know a lot of women have had the same experience, right?
Communication is a real difficult challenge because we hear things differently, and it isn't necessarily stereotypical of gender. Both men and women, or somebody who's transgendered or transsexual, may act or respond in certain ways, and so you just have to figure out how that person, how they need to be talked to, how do they learn, how do they understand things. So listen for, I can give you a tip, listen for how they word things. So if you tell your partner something and they say, just a minute, let me see that. Okay, well, so they're visual, so they need to see something. They're seeing directions in their head. Or if they say, my brain, I just went on blank for a moment myself.
Let me think it through.
Yeah, or they're like, oh, let me write it down. So that, then they got to, they have to read something, or they have to write something.
Because we all learn differently. Stuff.
Right. Or maybe they'll say, oh, let me show you. So they're kinesthetic. They have to actually do the motion. And so for that person, you might have to make a stick-em note and show, okay, see, this is my parts, and I want you to touch here. And then you have to map it out for them. They might need that, or they might be very analytical. They need numbers. So you say, move down an inch. That they get. And down means towards the bed, not down you know, whatever direction.
South or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
they don't understand. North, south, east, west works really well, depending on your partner as well. You just have to hear how they need to hear the information. How we talk, we think we're perfectly clear, and our partner has no idea what we're saying.
That's great. And I know, you know, I like to think as a coach, I am good at communicating, but I know in the bed, sometimes I'm not, you know.
Well, you probably are if you're with a person who communicates like you.
Right.
You're a really good communicator with the people who get you.
Right.
But if somebody doesn't get you, then they don't understand what you mean, or they thought they were perfectly clear. And sometimes, think about this too, sometimes when you are engaged sexually, some days a certain activity feels great and wonderful and you want more, and there are other days where you're like, ooh, don't touch there, that's, you know, want them to stop. A lot of times partners, the first time they hear you say stop or no, don't, then they'll never go there again.
Yes.
Like that meant like for the rest of my life. And some partners, when you say, oh, that felt really good, then that's the same spot they rub over and over again until
and you're
you know
like,
they want
ah, that is so true.
please quit touching there, that's so annoying. And they're like, well, I thought you liked that. You know, it's so confusing, and it's both men and women who respond that way.
That's a great point.
They're not real sure what you mean. So another tip I can give you is, I call it the eye doctor method. Okay, you've all been to the eye doctor. You know how they pull that thing out in front of you and then they go,
right,
do you like this or do you like this? This one or this one? And you know, you get to the point where you're like, I can't tell, I don't know.
Right, it's fuzzy. Yeah.
And that's what I want you to do. Instead of saying, you know, when you're offering to touch your partner, say, would you like this or would you like this? So like, let's say you're squeezing a nipple or something. So you're squeezing, do you like this or do you like this? So you stroke over the other one. And so then they can say, I like this one. You know, and that means now. It doesn't mean I'm going to like it tomorrow, but it means for the moment right now, this is what I like. And I want you to keep doing that now. And so then they'll say, no, stay with that. And then later, after a few moments, you can say, would you like me to switch that up? Or do you want me to keep doing this? The or is better, because then that way, always giving somebody a choice, they can say, no, that one, no, this one, or yes, please, or no, please. You know, it works out better.
That's great.
Yeah, the eye doctor.
Thank you. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like this? Would you like this?
Mm-hmm. It's very helpful.
Or chicken.
Yeah.
Now, I have another question. I know that you have this special orgasm technique for females or something, and I know you have a whole thing on it, a system. So could you just give us a couple of
Sure.
tips?
All right, so I'm
a
I'm a biofeedback specialist for the pelvic floor, so the urogenital area. It's a fun thing, and what you can learn to do as a woman, actually men can do this as well, because they can learn to do this anally, women can do it anally or vaginally, is that I can show you and give you the techniques so that you can do this on your own, how to, so my hand is the inside of the vaginal canal or inside the anus. What you can do is do a motion, oh, I have my hand backwards, so it's from a down up, or or up down. I have to think of what I'm doing with my hand. So it's like a milking sensation that you can do vaginally. And so then there's also with pushing down, you guys have heard of Kegels, I'm sure, at some point. So there's Kegels where you tighten up and hold, but there's more than the hold. And when we think we're holding, we actually don't hold. And a good way to tell this is when you ask somebody to smile and hold it, they'll smile and hold it, and then you'll say, no, smile again. They go, and they smile bigger again because they think they're holding it, but their muscles naturally relax. The same thing happens vaginally. They think they're holding, but if you tell them to draw up again, then they draw up again and they pull tighter again. So they can't do the hold for a long time. So there's different techniques and exercises to do to maintain that hold so you can hold it longer. So you can actually hold and squeeze your partner. You can milk them, and we're talking about if the penis is inside the vagina and inside the rectum area. There's different techniques that you can do to do that, and they really, really like it. It's a lot of fun. And there's also things that you can do to reverse Kegel, where you learn how to push out. So you're pushing the penis out of you. So you could literally have someone be inside of you and you decide you don't want them anymore and push them out vaginally. So it's not necessarily all about strength, but it's about tone.
Wow. And you know, I'm laughing because everybody who reads my newsletters, I'm a big fan of yoga, and I'm always writing about it and telling my guys they should go downward dog ho. Yeah. And one of the things they talk about in yoga is the Uddiyana Bandha, which is the same. It's the psoas. It's that And that's how you get, you know, core strength and balance when you have to do crazy poses. And you could really use this for, you know, if you're carrying a suitcase or martial arts or whatever. But I love that.
And there's
I never knew about the milking thing.
Besides the sexual pleasure, there's some functional things that are great, because as people tend to age, they have that cough or sneeze where they pee a little or leak a little.
Right.
For men who can learn how to do this with the pelvic floor as well, what they can do is have a little bit more ejaculation control, so they might be able to hold off of ejaculating too soon, or they can learn how to ejaculate on command. So that's a really great useful tool.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
on
really,
command.
Really, yeah, so come now, and they can, and so it takes some practice and some time, but it's fun practice, so it's not a negative thing by any means, and it's really just good for your overall body. It's in how you hold yourself and your posture, and it has some other great qualities for you as well.
I keep doing the kegels while we're sitting here talking. I'm like, oh
God, and suck up, you know.
Ooh.
And it really is, that's that feeling of like you're sucking up with a straw. It's a suck up feeling.
And how did you learn this particular technique?
I actually did some training with Dr. Howard Glazer. He is from the Biofeedback Institute.
Okay, yeah.
And so I actually trained underneath him, and I'm trained in vulvovaginal. I know vulvovaginal and urogenital biofeedback, and I'm also trained in general biofeedback. So how to relax if you have anxiety. So if you also have let's say you have erectile dysfunction or some disorders. I actually hate the word erectile dysfunction.
Me too. I just think
you just got distracted and you need to do something else fun for a while, and then come back to it. But if that's what you technically have for medical reasons, that's what they call that. Biofeedback and those kind of things can help you as well. So it's a great awesome. Useful tool.
So if Andrea, two things. If somebody wants to know more about your coaching, or what website, how can they find you? How you
can find me is you can go to www.sexualitytutor.com. It's SEXUALITYTUTOR.com. Or you can call me, 419-722-6931, 419-722-6931. Just leave me a message and a time to call you back and what time zone that you're in, and I'd be more than happy to schedule a time with you. And I'm based in Ohio, but I do travel if someone needs to see me face to face, but there are other alternatives as well, because I have people who are overseas that are clients. So we could do a Skype, we can on the phone, webinar, whatever we need to do. We'll make it work, because I understand that not everybody can get to my location, or I can always get to them, and so we'll make it work, because I want you to have the kind of life that you deserve. I mean, a lot of people really dream and desire to have things, but you deserve it, and why can't we make it so that you can have that? We can't.
I have to say, I've known her for a while, and she's so full of love and life everywhere she goes. I mean, she really walks her walk.
Yeah, I really care about my clients.
Can you tell us more about just if they wanted to listen to your radio show? I've done it. It's a hoot.
Yeah, she's been on the air. She was so fun, and people really, really loved her. It's called Sex Talk Live, and you can listen to Sex Talk Live on Sunday nights, Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. to midnight.
Woo!
And that it's almost always live. Once in a while we do the best of if I'm traveling and I'm on an airplane or something. But it's a great fun show. We do all kinds of things, from crazy out there wild stuff to questions from the mailbag, to answering questions about like prenuptials and wills. And we did a show with accountants once on the 3 financial mistakes couples make, how to keep your relationship in the red and out of the black, or excuse me, in the black and out of the red. So I said that wrong. And so we do fun things like that. What's up with the prenup, and wonderful, interesting information about being an entrepreneur and connecting in healthy relationships and business. So even though the show's called Sex Talk Live, we talk about a wide range of sexual related things, sexually related health, and business life, connection, children,
it really
parenting.
Does affect so many areas,
everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm a keynote speaker as well, and I do my own workshops and seminars, and so anybody's welcome to come. We've been talking a long time about creating some wonderful products for you guys, so that you guys can come in and get a spoken at the same time.
Oh, it'd be so fun. Yeah, we should do that. And then just if somebody's listening and this is like the first thing they've heard, they're just getting back in the game, either they're they're really young and new, or they've been divorced and they're coming back after a while, and or is there one thing you could give them, one piece of advice about sexuality or dating, or one gem?
Yes. My favorite thing is to have I have a book called Healthy Relationships and Healthy Sexuality,
which is great.
Revealing the secrets to ignite the spark, fire, and passion. And it has 3 sections: healthy dating, healthy relationships, and healthy sexuality. And my favorite piece in there is for the healthy sexuality is the treasure map to pleasure. And
the treasure to pleasure.
And you can be single and have a treasure map to pleasure. And what that is literally making a map of your body and thinking about what it is that you like or don't like. So let's say I have a picture of my arm. Do I like the feel of nails on my arm, or is that like a creepy, icky, ooh, don't touch me thing? Or is it somebody who likes more sensation or more pressure when they rub? Or somebody who likes something that's like a stingy or a sharper kind of a sensation, or nails raked? What is it that you like? What feels good to you? What spots make you happy? Because a lot of times we don't tap into what it is that we really like or what we enjoy, and so we don't have that in vocabulary to tell a partner later on in our life.
Oh, that is so true. I have never stopped to even think about that.
Yeah, and there's lots of times, once in a while you'll be touched in such a way and you're like, whoa, and you didn't even know that was a spot for you, and it was like something random, like some guy in the airplane went to reach for a pen and touch the back of your foot, and you're like, oh, and you're like, who would have thunk, Well, start thinking about those things, and what is your treasure map to pleasure?
I love it. The treasure map to pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andrea Adams-Miller, for joining us.
Thank you so much. Elaine is absolutely awesome and fabulous.
Oh, thank you. I think the same thing about you. I can't wait till we do an event together. So
sounds great.
Thank you for watching and being a reader and a client. I send you so much love and light. This is Elaine Davis. If you haven't signed up for my newsletters on meltinyourarms.com or Get the Girl of Your Dreams, do it and check her out. And thanks, and we'll be in touch soon. Thank you.
See ya.